Here's the translation of part 3 of chapter 11. La princesse commence à s'endormir. So the princess, commence in the imperfect, was starting à s'endormir, to fall asleep, to put herself to sleep. So to fall asleep would be a good way of translating this. Enfin, elle s'est bien endormie. Finally, she fell fast asleep. So, elle s'est bien dormi, that's the past tense of s'endormir that we saw before. Now we've got this intensifier, bien. And so you could say she indeed fell asleep, or she fell asleep very much. But fast is a good way, a good expression to use. She fell fast asleep. Le prince pensait à le réveiller en parlant doucement. Le prince pensait, so the prince was thinking, and then penséas, thinking about. Réveiller is to wake up. La is a direct object pronoun. The prince was thinking about waking her up en parlant, so that's present participle, by speaking doucement, gently or softly. So the prince was thinking about waking her by speaking softly. That seems like a good approach to waking someone who's fallen asleep. Il parlait doucement, mais sans y réussir. He was speaking softly, mais sans y réussir. So, but without, and then we've got réussir, to succeed, and sans réussir would be without succeeding. And then we've got this pronoun replacing something starting with ah, and so sans succeeding it. No, we wouldn't say. We'd say without succeeding in doing it or in doing so. So he was speaking softly, but without succeeding in doing so. The E is waking her up. Après avoir parlé doucement, so after having spoken softly, so after having spoken softly, that's a past infinitive. Il a crié, he screamed. So we use the past infinitive because that happened before he screamed. So we've got that time sequence there. Um, After he had spoken doucement, so he spoke softly, and then after he screamed, crier n'a pas marché non plus. So crier is the subject here, the infinitive, so we're going to translate as a gerund. Screaming didn't work. Non plus means either. So screaming did not work either, or neither did screaming work. So marcher, literally it means to walk, but in a figurative sense, it means to work, to do what something's supposed to do. So screaming did not work either. Il est revenu, so he, revenir, to come back, conjugated with être, he came back, le lendemain, so that's the next day, pour, or in order to, essayer, to try, again. So he came back the next day to try again. And so so in a paragraph like this, generally you want to work through everything, do as much as you can, then go through and smooth it all out so it reads so it reads smoothly and makes sense.